Hey, what's up, my truth seekers? How are you guys doing? I know it's been a while, at least Friday. I haven't been on. I tried to go ahead and keep in, touch, make sure we water the grass and everything, guys. I hope you all had a great weekend. As you can see, a lot of stuff has been going on when I had got the news about Nene Leakes' son, Brentt Leakes. And wow, that had took me for a loop. I mean, I had saw it this morning where TMZ had posted, that Brent had caught a heart attack and he had a stroke, just to say that he was so young. I mean, 23 years old, man. That is very young, man. That's just to show you that, you know, oh my God, it's just so much stuff that is going on. And I know you all had heard what's going on, and which TMZ always, try to put out people personal business. And I'm so glad that Leaks had came on, because people would have went ahead and twisted, which she said that Greg was not on drugs, and also, I guess I don't they don't know what it is, but that's a lot. I would say he's so young, such a baby, and it don't make no sense for me playing the video, guys. If you haven't seen it, I'll go ahead and play it. But like I said, I'm kind of late running the news, which I did see it. I had got the news, I think, when TMZ had soon they had posted, I had saw it. But I had a lot of stuff to do. But we're gonna go ahead and keep Lil Brent in prayers, because that's a lot, and I know that's a lot for Leaks, because last year she lost her husband, and she said that maybe it's stressed because you know this month is like a year of great. His dad has had died, so I guess that right there, all that had played a toll on him. But guys, man, the thing about it is that, I mean, these kids, man, these kids are going through a lot, man. It's just unreal. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, coming in, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content, But this right here had caught me for a loop. And people, like I said, they'll go ahead and try to twist it, But, Lisa has said that they really don't know what it is, It's just that all of a sudden he just and then it had happened 2 weeks ago. So I guess she wanted to just keep it amongst her family and her friends before she come out with the news. But I guess she thought that Lil Greg was going to go ahead and shake it off, but TMZ, good and well, TMZ, if they get news, trust me, they're going to go ahead and post it. Now, I don't know if someone had leaked it to TMZ or, whatever, but like I said, Nene, she came forth, and I'm glad she did, say what she had to say. But now also she said that she's going to go ahead and sell her nightclub. I guess she figured, all that is just too much stress, because when Greg, was living, he's able to handle all those irons in the fire. But Lil Brent, I don't think that he can handle as much as his dad can. And I guess it was just too much for him. I don't know, guys. But like I said, to have a stroke, man, at 23 years old, guys, that is real hard, man. But I mean, these kids, man, wow. And she did say that, he wasn't on drugs. They did all type of tests on him. He didn't have any diseases. They don't know what the cause of it. So time is going to tell, what it is. And all she said for us to do is just to go ahead and keep them in prayer, But I can just imagine when she had got the news, when she heard that her son had caught a heart attack and a stroke, man. Whew, and then her baby boy, wow. I can imagine, what any mother would go through once they heard that news. So, like I say, guys, it's a lot. But you know, she also had said that, you know, she don't want people to send her flowers. I guess if they send her flowers, it might remind her, you know, of Greg passing. So she just said, just go ahead and send them balloons. I guess that'll go ahead and cheer them up. And she also had said that she had talked to uh LeGray, you know, they had FaceTime with each other. So right there, that's a good sign all by itself. So like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and keep them in prayer, and also keep these kids, these small kids, these young kids, walking around. You know, we got to keep them in prayer as well, because, like I said there and say, Satan is after the seed, and you know, I'm not sitting there and saying, you know, look, Brentt. I'm just talking in general. We know that the enemy, he's out on the prowl. And what he's doing is he's trying to take these kids as early as he can, seeking them out as he can devour, you know. And there's a lot of stuff, you know, that these young kids are getting themselves into, and it's taking them out. You know, you don't know what's going on out there. You know, it's just, like I said, it's just so much stuff, so much weird stuff that is going on. I mean, I've been hearing so much, you know, especially, you know, in the news, you know, our local news, how these kids are getting a hold to all this synthetic, you know, marijuana, all this stuff that's they lacing it with, and it's taking them out, you know. And I remember with my son, you know, he had got a hold to what you call those little gummy bears. They had marijuana laced in that, you know. Man, you know, that was a mess. That was a trip, because, like I said, you know, they making all this stuff looking like candy, you know, and it's appealing to these kids. And you don't know, these kids touching this stuff don't know if it's candy, or which my son is 20 years old, but I'm just saying, you know, all this stuff that they are making, you know, putting all this marijuana in, and just call me old fashioned, you know, you don't know what these people are lacing all this stuff with. Because, like I said, the enemy is after these young kids. And if he can get their mind, trust me, he's going after it. That's why they have to be careful. You know, all this stuff that they ordering offline, and all this stuff that they are getting from people, they have to be careful, you know. But this right here, guys, like I said, this right here is a wake up call, guys. It's just a wake up call. And we just have to just, you know, keep out, you know, just keep praying for our kids, especially when they out there in that world. Because, like I said, the enemy is out there seeking who he can devour. And as you can see, they are after our kids, you know. But we just got to continue being prayed up. Now, I'm not saying that Brentt, you know, he had got a hold to some of that stuff, because Leak said that he didn't. So we're going to go ahead and take her word. But I'm talking about, you know, kids in general. You know, they are exposed to so much stuff, you know, that is out there. But let me go ahead and play just a little bit, because she did talk about it. And, you know, some of you guys may not have watched what she had put on Instagram. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play just a little bit, guys. So if you're just joining in, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. But I'm gonna go ahead and just play just a little bit, and we can go ahead and talk about it. And also, I'm just talking in general. It's nothing that I really have going on. Just really talking. Let me see if I can see if y'all can hear the.
That maybe he had caught COVID and he didn't know that he had COVID. They did see, the doctors are saying they did see some things like that happen if they caught the Delta variant. And he never knew he had COVID. Um, I've never known him to have COVID. So they have run a number of tests on him to see what could have possibly made this happen to him. And we are still trying to figure out, because if we knew the cause, obviously they could treat the cause. It was very scary. I don't even want to go into details of what happened and how I found out and what condition he was in. Obviously, a stroke is a very serious thing, and so he's struggling, with speaking, and it's
And you can see,
I
look,
don't
you can
know.
see how emotional she is. And that's a lot for any mother, to go through, hearing your child, going through something like that, that's a lot. And some had wrote, maybe, because he was overweighted, but Leek said that, he wasn't that overweighted, he's just tall. So I don't know, guys, like I said, people, they going to go out and put whatever they want to go ahead and put out. But like I said, once these kids get up in age, you know, they're, you really don't know what they are exposed to. And now Leaks, is a reason why, she said that she want to go ahead and sell her club. I guess it was just too much. And she don't even want to be a part of that nightlife anymore. So I don't know, guys. Like I said, we now are living in a world that love is on, and just so much stuff is going on out there, and our kids are exposed to a lot of stuff. So, that's really what I had wanted to go ahead and talk about. Not too much stuff that is going on out there. But all we have to do is just, guys, just keep our kids in prayer, man, because it's just so much stuff that is going on. So I'm just trolling the internet. That's it. But it's just so much stuff that is going on out there, guys. And we're just gonna have to just start praying for our kids. This right here is YouTube. Charleston White says he targeted Atlanta Police Department Fulton County prosecutor following video where King Harris recently had threatened him. And they also have to keep him in prayer because this is T.I.'s son, and he have just, wow. I mean, he just wilding out. I guess, you know, just so much stuff out there. But a lot of people have been talking about leaks, and all this stuff that is going on out there. Just gonna have to just pray for our kids, guys, because like I said, man, it's just so much stuff is going on. So much stuff is going on. And like I say, and also, when it comes to television, is a lot of stuff, a lot of distraction, because this right here, guys, this is a distraction by itself. This right here, I don't know if you guys had watched this right here, so we can go ahead and talk a little bit about this as well, because this right here, I had saw a lot of people was tagging me into this on Instagram to go ahead and talk about it, which I really wasn't going to go ahead and talk about this right here, because like I said, our people just doing a little too much, especially for fame, is a cause. It's just like with my sister's Lola Jackson right there. Look, she said, you know, what she has said, Nene to give another sacrifice. She ain't been wearing that blonde hair for nothing. But it's just a lot of distraction, guys, that's going on out there, man. So much stuff is going on. And we just got to just keep our kids pray. Just keep them in prayer, because like I sit there and say, we are living now in a time, in times, and we know the devil, he's seeking who he can devour, trying to take as many out as he can. And that's why we have to just keep them in prayer. So, guys, if y'all have something that y'all want to go ahead and talk about, feel free to talk about, because I don't know if um, some of my followers. I don't know if you guys watch Love and Marriage in Huntsville. I don't know if you guys have watched this, but I think it had came on Saturday. Yeah, this was a lot, man. I mean, guys, man, it's just that when we turn on our television, it's just like it's just nothing positive. All the negative stuff that is out there. So much negative is out there. And when you start speaking truth, trying to wake our people up, you know, they don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear nothing like that. How are you doing, Birdie? Birdie said, hi, everyone. I read where an 18-year-old was in a hospital with a girlfriend while she was having a baby. He has snatched up two newborn baby and stand choking them. This was in Texas. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow, that's horrible. Like I said, and say, man, I just don't know what's going on with these young kids. It's just so much stuff. I don't know if it's the kids or it's something that they doing to our kids. They got to be doing something to our kids because now they have made so much stuff. They legalize so much stuff, and half of that stuff that they are legalizing, is affecting, you know, our community, the Black community. They know exactly what they are doing. Believe it or not, these people, they know exactly what they are doing. That's why, they have to be careful. All this stuff that they are putting out there. And the thing about it is they making it so convenient for these kids where they can just, get it right offline, right on Amazon, getting all this stuff. And before you know it, is attacking these kids' mind because that's what the enemy wants to do. The enemy, he wants to attack your mind because he know if he got your mind, he knows that he got you. And that's why all this stuff is happening. And like I said there and say, this right here, all the signs are here. All the signs are here. Just look around. And he's after these babies. That's exactly who he's after. And that's why we just have to just pray, pray like never before, with our kids, because it's just so much, so much. And see, people don't want to hear stuff like this. People wants to hear things that's going to tickle their ears. Loans is tickling their ears. Yeah, they want to hear it. They're going to hear stuff like this because drama sells. Birdie say the sins have increased. Demons hunting souls every second. Yeah, these demonic spirits are out. Yes, they are out. And the thing about it that they coming in as an angel light. You coming in thinking that these people are for you. These people are your friends. No, these people are there just to sit there and just distract you. That's all it is. Because, like I said, the devil, he knows that his time is almost over. So he's going to do all this stuff. All this stuff that, he's going after. He's not going after the older generation. He's going after these younger generation. He's going after these babies. And if he can sit there and he can distract them, their mind and all this other stuff, yeah, he's going to do that because that is his job. That is his job to do all that. That's why we have to make sure that we guard our mind at all times. But this is horrible. This is sad. This is sad, especially when our small kids, you don't hear stuff like this. You hear older people, catching strokes and heart attacks, but, you don't hear, young kids, going through all this. But like I said, that's who he's attacking. Yeah. It's sad, but that's man, it's just messed up. So I'm just here, just just trying to sit there and just talk, guys, about eating and everything. If you got something you want to go ahead and talk about, guys, feel free. Because I'm not really I really have nothing really to talk about. I just wanted to come on and talk about little grade, which is all out, all over the social media. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up right here. Yeah. So, Birdie, I hope your day was great today. I hope you had a great day today. It's very hot down here, guys. So if any little weather come, a little cool front, sure, we'll be glad for that. See, like I say, it's really nothing going on out there, guys. But it's just that we just have to make sure that we just watch, what we put in our spirit. Watch what's around us. Because like I say, the enemy, he's out there seeking who he can devour, and he's taking as many as he can. As many as he can, guys. Yep. So I hope you all having a great day today, guys. If you have anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free. Because I'm really on here just, sitting there trying to keep things going. Yeah, but guys, like I said, it's just a lot of stuff that is going on out there. And see, people, they don't want to hear truth. They want to hear stuff that's going to tickle their ears. You talk about all that other stuff. Yeah, they going to want to hear it. But, that's the type of world that we live in. We live in a drama world. People don't want to hear truth. Everybody, wants to sit there, but like I said, what could we do? What could we do? Not much that we can do about it, guys. But sit there and just keep our kids in prayer. That's the only thing that we can go ahead and do. You know, because this the time that we are living in right now. The Bible speaks on all this stuff. So that's why people don't want to hear stuff like this. Oh, they don't. Oh, that's boring. Oh, that's doomed. We don't hear nothing like that. But those times are coming. Because you look at these kids. These kids are very, very, very young, very young. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up. Go ahead and see if I can go ahead and read a little few scriptures, guys. Because, like I said, guys, you know, you think that you can sit there and things supposed to be going good, and but you got to realize, guys, that you have to make a decision, because just look at all the stuff that's going on. True, Satan, he don't care who he mess with, and like I said, I'm not here to glorify him, to give him no glory, but I'm here to tell you guys that we just have to just look around and see all the things that's going on out there, and I don't know if LeBrent, he was stressed because this the month that his dad had passed, you know, that plays a lot of toll, so but Leak says she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna close down that nightclub, which I guess that's the best bet, because LeBrent can't handle all that. That's too much. That's entirely too much for him. And I don't know if that was Greg's wishes, but Leak said that the nightclub was his wishes. That's what he wanted. But he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna do it because he gonna do anything to make Leaks happy. But I don't know if that was too fast for LeBrent. I don't know. But just to hear that news, guys, that was horrible. To say he was so young. He's so young. And I just pray that, he kick out of it, he kick from it because, he's so young, and Leaks already, she's been through a lot. And that's why I'm not going to go ahead and put my foot on her because she's been through a lot. But, we have to realize that this world, it love its own. Yeah. So, guys, if you're just coming on, make sure you go ahead. If you got anything you want to say, feel free to say it because I'm just here just talking. Just here talking. That's about it, guys. Don't have too much to talk about. Just here talking, but it's just a lot of stuff that's going on out there. And just to get the news, that right there, that was devastated. And TMZ, oh my God. TMZ, I mean, somebody need to sit there and tell TMZ, at least get the family permission before you put all that stuff out there, because I don't even think that Leaks was, wanted to put that out. She didn't want to publicize that. I mean, it's like TMZ ran with it. Well, let me see what all these saying out there. Because I'm just passing up time, guys. Like I say, I really don't have too much to talk about. Ain't too much going on out there. And I know y'all, just coming on. Some guys already had heard the news about Greg, not Greg, Brentt. So I just wanted to come on and make sure that we just keep him lifted up. That the Most High God would give him a speedy recovery because Lisa already had been through a lot. So let me go. I'm just reading some of the stuff, guys, out there, which I know you already had heard the news. If you're just tuning in, yeah. Because when I heard it on TMZ. That's why I had got the report off. Let me see what TMZ is talking about. But you can see that it's really hard on Leaks, because you saw in her eyes, she was tearing eyes about it. In this article right here, this is by MSN. It says Nene Leakes speaks on her son suffering a heart attack and stroke. Nene Leakes is going through what no mother ever wanted to. A year after her husband Greg passing, she is dealing with her son health issues. Greg and Nene Leakes' son Brentt Leakes made headlines today. TMZ reported that he has suffered from a stroke. In addition, a young Leakes also reported had a heart attack. And they need to, like I said, they say some of this stuff that when TMZ reports be running with this news, they need to sit there and have some kind of policy, some kind of law where these people cannot, run with that information without consulting the family first. Because, some people want to keep their stuff private. What about HIPAA? So if he got that TMZ got that information from HIPAA, good and well that's a lawsuit because I don't think that Leaks wanted that information out because if she had wanted that information out 2 weeks ago when Greg had caught that stroke and that heart attack, Leaks would have went ahead and she would have reported it. She would have went ahead and said something about it. So quite obvious she didn't want it out. So I don't know, guys. Like I said there and say, when you are in that entertainment industry, you in that world, that's the beast, the nature of the beast. They don't care about no privacy. They don't care about nobody's feeling. They just gonna go ahead and they gonna report it. They don't care who they hurt or step on or whatever. But like I said, that's why you have to be careful when it's coming to, stuff like this, because in that entertainment industry, all it does is chew you up and spit you out. It does not care for no one. Yeah, the money is good, but the price of fame that you have to pay, that life, that life is just like I said, it's choose you up and spit you out. But like I said, that's the world that people love, so what could we do about it? Not too much that we can do about it, but that's the world that people like to, especially when you came from nothing. You came from a humble beginning. Quite obvious you're going to run that way. If you get the door of opportunity, people going to go. But there's a price. There is a price. That's just how I was. I mean, people was just tagging me because I used to blog about reality shows, and I mean they was tagging me in with the Love and Marriage in Huntsville, with all that drama that was going on, wanting me to give a review on that. Like I said, I'm not really into this stuff like that anymore. I talk about it, if I can take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise, but it's not going to be what you want to hear, because like I said, I'm not in it just for the entertainment. I'm in it to bring awareness, to show you guys the darker side of it. This stuff is nothing but a distraction. That's all it is, and it's a price. It's a price. I don't care what it is. It's going to price and you're going to pay it. Everyone that went down that road, they had to pay. They got to pay. It's a price. That's why I said, we have to choose. We have to choose which way, who we going to serve. We can't keep sitting there out there wilding with the world and thinking that they're going to take care of you. No, they're not going to take care of you. All they're going to do is use you, chew you up and spit you out. And our people does not see that. I watched a little bit of Love and Marriage in Huntsville. I talked about it. People was tagging me in it on IG, and I saw all that foolery. How these people, entrepreneurs, these people got businesses and out there acting a fool just for almighty dollars. I mean, it's just to show you those people does all that stuff because they wants to stereotype us. That's why they throw all that out there. You're not going to see people coming on. They don't want no shows, decent shows. Like when we had the Cosby and all this other, they don't want to see nothing like that. They want to see us ripping each other up. They want to see us tearing each other up. But it's time for somebody to sit there and say enough is enough. You know, somebody got to draw the line and say enough is enough, because what I saw on these reality shows, even with Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Nene was on there, that was very stressful. How she was going through a lot of stuff, and all the stuff that she had to do. Like I said, these people, they don't care about you. It's all about almighty dollars. That's why we have to sit there and we got to come out. We got to choose what we're going to do. How we just can't have one foot in and one foot out. It's not going to work like that, guys. We have to choose. We have to make a choice. And as you can see, the penalty it costs, you know, because they going after these kids. That's who they're attacking, those kids, putting all that stuff out there. And I'm not saying Brent, I'm talking to kids in general, putting all that stuff out there. And these kids, they gonna, yes, they gonna touch it because temptation. But that's the type of world that we live in, guys. It's just messed up. And when I heard that news, I was just like any other mother. That's devastating because, like I said, it's like the enemy is on a hunt for our kids, and he's just trying to take them out younger and younger. That's why they're making all that stuff, putting all that stuff. You don't know what these people lacing all that stuff with. You don't know. You don't know what these people are lacing all that stuff with. And see, people, they don't want to hear stuff like this. Sometimes I'd be feeling, I say, Lord, this is where you want me to go. Is this the route that you want me to go? But like I said, we just got to tell it to them anyway. Just got to tell it to them, because everybody think, that, oh gosh, everything got to be glitz and glamorous. You don't know how these people are living in the inside. And like I said, what's the purpose of having it all and losing your soul? What's the purpose having all that and don't have no peace? Every time you look, something happening, one thing after another. Right there is trying to tell you to start examining yourself. That's not the right way to go. You know, but like I said, all money is not good money, especially when you can have peace with it. It's not at all. So sometimes, especially, the time that we in right now, just have to sit there and just make a choice. If that's the way that you want to live, if that's the way that you want to live, then it's going to be consequences and repercussions. Look at TV. You can't even turn your television on without all that trash all on that. But like I said, that's how our people is not ready to come out of it. Our people love dipping and dabbing and stuff like this. But you're gonna hit a brick wall, a brick wall. You're gonna come to a dead end because that's not the route that the Most High God want you to come on. And just look at our babies, how they attacking our little kids. They're getting them younger and younger and younger. All the stuff that's going on out there, you know. So, guys, we got something you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free, because like I said, I had just came on to talk about Lil Gray, and I know you guys already had heard the news already, but I just wanted to talk about it because it's like something is after our young kids, and the thing about it is after our boys, because you don't really, I mean, all the time, now you turn it on the news and that's all you hear now. Something happened to the kids, the young kids. So right there, this is a wake up call, guys. It's just a wake up call. That's how I look at it, guys. That's how I see it. Because now, they got access to everything. All they have to do now is whatever they want to do, just go ahead and order it. It's right there online, right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, guys, if you got something to say, just feel free. Whatever you want to go ahead and talk about, because I'm just really just trolling the net. That's it. Overcomer, I am six. Overcomer, say, oh my God, prayers. Yes, we have to pray, guys. We have to pray like never before because the enemy is out there seeking who he can devour. But like I said, guys, we are living right now, in times, and people don't want to hear it because to them, it's like doomsday. They're not ready. But like I say, when the thief comes, trust me, the thief is not going to call you. I tell you guys all the time, they're not going to call you and tell you that I'm coming in and I'm breaking in your house. No, the thief is not going to give you no head up. The thief is just going to come in and he's going to rob you. He's going to rob you of your joy. He's going to rob you of everything that he can from you. Because it's time for us to sit there and wake up. And that's what the Most High God is doing right now. What he's doing is he's shaking us. He's waking us up. It's time for us to come out of this. We've been going around in circles for so long. So it's time for us to come out. You can't keep dipping and dabbing and thinking that everything is going to uh, be glory. No, we provoking him. We keep provoking the Most High God. It's time for us to come out of that, come out of that lifestyle. So because, start, covering our kids because that's who he's after. He's after those small kids, these young kids. Yeah. So we just got to keep them in prayer. Keep them in prayer because, like I say, guys, this is real. This right here is real talk. What you're seeing right now, this is no dream. This is real. And he's out there right now seeking who he can devour. And people, they don't want to hear it. But somebody got to tell it. Somebody got to tell it because you don't know what these people are experimenting on us. You don't know what these people are doing out there. And they, like I said, I'm seeing so much stuff that's going on in the news, and it's all these young kids. And you never really heard all this stuff until now. So you don't know what these people are doing to us, what these people are feeding us. Something going on that we don't know about. Something got to be going on. Look at, I already talked about that Bill Gates, how he's buying up acres and acres of farmland. You don't know what these people are doing. Is a reason why he felt the need to buy all those farmlands. What is a food shortage or something is going on? But something is happening. And that's why they keeping us asleep. They keeping us with all the distraction, with all this foolish stuff, because they don't want us to see that they are working overtime on us. But you don't know what these people are doing to us. Because they've been trying to count us out for so long. First, you telling us we got to have it. And when the minute that we start taking it, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have to come out and say it. Now you sitting there saying that we don't have to take it is a problem. It was a problem. It wasn't effective. Oh, now you saying it after you done sit there and jabbed everybody. And look what Overcomer says. They are preparing for a food shortage. So, guys, like I said, Nancy, if something is going on, and you know good and well that ain't nothing but a cheap trick. How can you sit there and say that there is a food shortage when they getting millions, hundreds of people from out of other countries to come in our country, to come to the U.S. You saw boatloads of immigrants coming to the U.S. all last year. Now, if we have a food shortage and we got a lot of stuff that's going on right here in our own land, why you want to get somebody else from their land and bringing them over here? If we supposed to be overpopulated, come on, guys, help me to make this make sense. This does not make sense at all. Just last month, you saw buses of immigrants coming to the USA, bringing them to Malta, Vineyard, bringing them, bringing them down here, putting them in nice places. But a couple of, not even a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago, when Haitian people was coming, they was sitting there beating them with a horse rein, shipping them back. But yet they having people who they want to come to the USA. To me, that does not make no sense at all. Something is going on. Lola Jackson said, oh yeah, she had said that earlier. She had said, Brentt is not in the hospital. There is no records of him in ATL. Nene pulling a stunt to justify closing Lanithius without us saying that she is broke. She knows the game. That's coming from Lola Jackson. Girl, this is my first time hearing this. This is my first time hearing this. I put the link, so if anybody wants to come on and join me, guys, y'all guys are welcome to join me. Let me go ahead and put the link, because like I say, I don't be knowing all this stuff that's going on out there. But I know one thing, it's something that's going on out there, guys. So if y'all want to come on and talk about whatever you want to talk about, feel free. You guys are welcome to come on. But it's something that's going on out there, guys. It's something. I don't know what it is. Look, our water, look, I think it was Mississippi, uh, the water, Flint, Michigan, the water, food shortage. But yet we getting all these immigrants, getting them in the United States. So quite obvious, we're not that overpopulated. If we're gonna get all these people here, and that's why I sit there and say, guys, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Because we already know who's the target. Because when the Haitians was coming down, we already know what they did to the Haitians. And if truth be told, the United States, they owe Haitians, because the Haitians did a lot for the United States. But oh my God, we forget. Overcomer says we need to buy farmland so we can help feed people. Girl, the way it look right now, it's going to be a time where everybody is going to be out for themselves. Because like I said, we are living in end times. You remember the 10 virgin, 5 was foolish and the other 5 was wise? How it's going to be a time where nobody is not going to share with nobody. They're going to want to be, they're going to want to share. But if there's a food shortage, you're not going to take out of your household to sit there and give somebody else when you know that time was coming. And those that, are spiritual, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why we have to make sure that our oil is already always full. Make sure your pantries, make sure it's full, because you never know when that time is going to come, because it's something that these people are doing. Something that these people are doing. And we have to make sure that we stock up on a lot of stuff, because it's going to be a time where no one is going to share with nobody. And it's not that that person is being selfish, it's because it's going to be a lack. Now, what's going on? I don't know, but something is going on. Something is going on. Now, what it is, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that the Most High God, He's going to reveal it to us. He's not going to let us go blind. Like I say, these people are working overtime on us because they know that their time is almost over with. Because if they have money to sit there and do all this other stuff, spend billions of dollars on all these immigrants that's coming into the USA, then why they can't take care of their own people? See, that's the thing about us, the United States. What they would do is they rather police every other country except their own. When they got trouble and famine right on their own grounds, but yet they rather go ahead and take care of everybody else. We can't police everybody. We cannot police everybody. But that's how it is. That's why we got to stop sitting there at these people table. We got to come out of this. And maybe the Most High God wanted to happen like this, so we can wake up, so we can leave these people stuff alone and come out and start doing for ourselves. Stop depending on the government to take care of us. Like I said, we have billionaires where we could start building for ourselves. But we too busy sitting there trying to hobnob, too busy trying to sit at their table, instead of building for ourselves, because we can't do it. We can't do it, but we waiting for something to drop out the sky and fall right on our lap. We waiting for them to tell us to go, when to sit, when to move, when to eat. If they say this is going to happen, we're going to believe it. But yet they still prospering. They still building up. They still powerful than ever. But yet they sit there and feed us all that. Guys, it's a cheap trick. That's all it is. I mean, it didn't make no sense where I had to go to the Father. It didn't make no sense. Going into these stores and seeing that the shelves half empty, but yet turning on your television and seeing how they flying immigrants in the United States. Come on, guys. That does not make no sense at all. That does not make no sense at all. That's why I say I do not believe nothing that these people tell us. Everything that they tell us, trust me, you better question it. Because you know they've been lying to us since the beginning. You don't know what these people are doing. But I could tell you something, they doing something, because just look around. But whatever they doing, they do not have us in mind, because they have been counting us like sheep for the slaughter for too long. But this should be a wake-up call for all of us. because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. That's why I sit there and say all this stuff that they putting in our way, showing us, all that stuff is just a distraction. Look at the stuff that Kanye West and Candy Owens, all that stuff was just a distraction. That's all it is. And the thing about it is that they uses our people to do it. We ain't nothing but puppets on a string. That's all we are. When they want to pass agenda, all they have to do is use our people. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now, because I truly believe that Kanye West, he could have talked about any and everything besides what he did. But like I said, all the stuff that they are doing to us is only a distraction, because it's something that they trying to push, something that they trying to do. But like I said, you trying to say that you to take us out, you got to realize it got so many other different people that's pointing at you as well. Now he that have an ear, let him hear. Because we are not going nowhere, not at all. We've been here from the beginning and we're going to be until the end. All we have to do is just be watchful and prayerful. And you're going to see how the story going to end. But we got to come out of this. We got to wake up. We say we woke, but we really not woke. We still asleep. We still asleep. But we got to shake those grave clothes off, guys. Because we fighting the wrong enemy. We fighting the wrong people. It's time for us to wake up. Leave them people stuff alone. And that's why I sit there and say, when they made all that marijuana, all that stuff legal, who you saw came out with businesses, $1 billion businesses. And who are the ones that's incarcerated? But yet they got the businesses. Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. So President Biden, he got right to sit there. Everyone that had marijuana charges on them, he releasing them. Look what you done. You done broke the families up behind all that mess. So now we supposed to sit there, oh yeah, thank you, thank you. You destroy families behind marijuana, and we wasn't growing this stuff. None of the real farmers that was really planting and growing this stuff, now they out in the open now making billions of dollars. So you got right to release our people, because we was not the ones that's growing that stuff, but we was the ones that was incarcerated behind it. That hurts my heart. That really hurts my heart, guys. Because we're not in that business. And I know you guys know exactly where I'm going. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Stop letting these people play us. Birdie said now we got Halloween coming up, and it's always a lot of missing kids because a lot of people into witchcraft. Yes, my God. Like I say, this is a spirit, a perversion spirit that is roaming around. And now when you notice how when they come out, they gonna come out now. Hollywood, with Halloween, they gonna come out. They gonna show their true self because we know that Satan, he hides behind the mask, and we all in it. We all for it because we are spiritually blind. We are spiritually blind. We have eyes and can't see, ears and cannot hear. Yes, it is. And the Bible have to fulfill itself. All this stuff that's happening, it got to be fulfilled. That's scripture. It got to be fulfilled. But as you can see right now, the Most High God is ripping the sheets off them. He exposing them. And he going to use whomever he pleases to tell it. All he's looking for some willing vessels. That's just open up your mouth. That's all you have to do, just open up your mouth. And he's going to fill it. Because there's a perversion spirit that is roaming this land. And I like, I had heard on news, I think it was on YouTube, one of Kenya's president, how they was trying to get them to accept all this stuff. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And they sat there and they told them, look, why are you guys are in our affairs? All that stuff right there, that comes second. We worrying about the betterment of our country, our people, the infrastructure. We're not worrying about all this mess just because America and all these other countries wants to dip and dab in all this foolish and stuff. That don't mean that we have to sit there and follow along with all this stuff. No, not everybody is a part of this mess. But like I said there and say, it had to happen. The Bible is being fulfilled, just like Overcomer says. Judgment has fallen. And that's why we have to choose this day who we going to serve. Either we going to serve Baal or we going to serve the Most High God. But we have to choose because we cannot be in between. We cannot continue straddling the fence. You either cold or you're hot. You either in or you're out. But you cannot be lukewarm because if you lukewarm, the Most High God say, I will spew you out. You can't keep dipping and dabbing in the world. And this right here, guys, this is just the beginning. And that's why we have to come out. This real, guys. All that playing and stuff, it's over with. Because like I said there and say, as you can see right here, the devil, he don't care who he messes with. And we already know who he's touching. He's touching these kids, taking them out. And that's why we got to sit there. We got to get a grip. We got to stop letting these people feed us all these lies and giving us all this stuff. And soon the minute they give it to us, the first thing they're going to sit there and say, oh, it was a mistake. But yet you can't do nothing about it. You can't even go after them. But yet they made all that stuff mandatory. If you don't take it, you lose your job, you use this, you can't even go certain places. It's like we was the op if we don't take it. But now that we took it, now it was a mistake. It didn't help. It didn't work. But yet now our kids is just falling out like flies now. Young babies catching heart attacks and strokes and all this other stuff. And I'm not talking about just Brentt, because I don't know what he's diagnosed with. I don't know what's going on. I'm just talking in general. I'm just talking in general. I'm just talking. But like I said, these people, they've been warning us out since the beginning. And the only reason why they could continue playing this stuff on us because we do not know who we are. That's why they can work overtime on us because we don't know who we are. If they sit there and tell us their word is Bible, their word is Bible. They tell us jump, we gonna jump. We don't question nothing. But the thing about it, when we do question some of us, they said there to use our own people, the Uncle Toms, to come in and shove it down our throat. And we fall for it. Now just look at our babies, look at our kids. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you believe what you see is normal, or that's a part of that's in their genes. So when the next generation come up, oh, that's in your genes, that's genetic. No, no, it's all that stuff that they pumping into our bodies. That's what that is, causing all those defects. But you see, the reason why they can do all that stuff to us because want me to tell you something? We don't stick together. That's why they can do all that stuff to us. But I promise you, if we would have stuck together and we would have sat there and we all would have said, no, we're not taking it. I promise you, they couldn't do nothing about it. But see, we don't stick together. You didn't see they walking around. We was the only ones walking around like patients. And where they was in our communities, feeding us that stuff, feeding us all that lies. And we was helping them push it. So now what you're seeing right now is the effects. That's what you're seeing right now. It's the effects. Birdie said, Exodus 33:16, so shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. Isaiah 43:21, the people have formed, I formed for myself, they shall show forth my praise. But we don't want to be separated. The Bible says, be we separated. And you know good and well, everywhere they go, hell follows. That's why when it's time for us to build up, they have to watch from a distance. They knew exactly what they was doing with Black Lives Matter. They, anything that we have, it can be whatever that's dealing with our cause, they gonna infiltrate. They gonna mess it up. because they don't want us to have nothing to do with empowering our people. All that stuff was planted. All that stuff was planted. That's why when it was time for us to march, to go out there and march, they knew they was planting their people into all that stuff. But see, we didn't talk about none of that. We just allowed all those lies to just run rapid. That's why I say thank God for cameras. Thank God for cameras. Thank God that we can record everything for our cell phones. Thank God that we can record it all. That was a blessing from on high, because now they cannot do what they used to could do. They cannot, because they will be exposed. They will be exposed. They can't get away with it. I've been watching all kinds of stuff on television. They can't get away with nothing no more because they are being exposed now. But we also have to do our part. We have to stay out of it. Stay out of these people. Just like that scripture right there, Exodus 33:16, Isaiah 43:21. Be ye separated. We can't continue just casting our pearls to swines, being around unequal yoked people, because one bad apple is going to contaminate the entire batch. And you know our people was not like this. Our people was not like this during the Martin Luther King and the uh, Malcolm X era. Our people was not like this. Our people have fallen so far where they have forgotten who they are, forgotten that they are the children of the Most High God. We have fallen so far. Why? Why we have turned our back? Because we bit off of that lie. That's why. So, guys, I've been on for an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. But like I said there and say, this right here is just a wake up call. It's time for us to get right, man. It's time for us to, you know, leave these people stuff alone. You know, come out of it. You know, because like I say, the enemy is out there seeking who he can devour, and he does not care who he take out. But we already know we got to like the that bishop said, we got to be 10 toes down. We got to be ahead of the game, because if not, trust me, he will sift us out like wheat. So guys, on that note, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, and you all have a good night. Peace out.